A deep, dark cinematic horn blast like an imperial fanfare. Heavy rhythmic military snare drums build a marching cadence. The 808 bass begins to rumble like an earthquake under the floor. Yeah, look at the lineage. They thought it was luck, they thought it was a temporary run. But you can't fake a dynasty. The crown didn't choose me, I built the throne. Bloodline of a conqueror, born to reign, let's go! Born to reign, yeah! The crown is on their head, crushing every obstacle and stacking up the bread. Born to reign, watch the whole city bow down. The undisputed royalty that's locking up the down. No temporary status, yeah, the lineage is gold. The greatest street empire that was ever getting told. Shadows with 100 razor blades. Go! Sovereign state, yeah, I'm running up the score. Imperial mentality, we locking every door. Got the 808s booming like a heavy iron gate, deciding who can enter and deciding on their fate. They talking real loud from a temporary bench, but I'm a global ruler while they stuck inside the trench. No facial recognition when the palace windows tint and empire moving silent, leaving millions in a print. Yeah. Yeah. Check the pedigree! Born to reign, yeah! The crown is on their head, crushing every obstacle and stacking up the bread. Born to reign, watch the whole city bow down. The undisputed royalty that's locking up the crown. The military status, yeah, the lineage is gold. The greatest street empire that was ever getting told. Born to reign, yeah, the power never fades. Moving through the shadows with 100 razor blades. Dynasty heavy, yeah, the castle never falls. Writing down the history right on the concrete walls. Got the diamond cufflinks, got the tactical design. Crossing every boundary, drawing my own line. They wanted a democracy, they wanted a debate, but I just press a button and I seal up their fate. A circle full of generals, we execute the plan. The ultimate monopoly across the whole land, hey! Heavy 808s and drums drop out completely. Only the ominous, slow looping imperial horn and a heavy echoing footstep remain. They thought the empire was built in a day. They thought they could dethrone a king with internet hype. Look down at the grid. Who holds the scepter? Who commands the freeze? That's what I thought. Bring that heavy royalty back.
The massive, explosive 808 bass drop hits hard with a booming orchestra clash.
Born to reign, yeah. The crown is on their head, crushing every obstacle and stacking up the bread. Born to reign, watch the whole city bow down. The undisputed royalty that's locking up the town. No they carry status, yeah, the lineage is gold. The greatest street empire that was ever getting told. Born to reign, yeah, the power never fades. Moving through the shadows with 100 razor blades. The frantic military hi-hats roll fast, then drop out into a slow, echoing horn fade. Yeah, eternal rule, the throne is secure. Born to reign, stay frozen.
Sound of a final heavy bass thump, followed by immediate, absolute silence.
A dark, mocking brass loop plays a slow, sarcastic minor melody. Fast, bouncy hi-hats start to skip rapidly over a heavy pulsing drum loop. Sound of a champagne cork popping, followed by a confident, arrogant laugh. Yeah, look at these self-proclaimed kings sitting on plastic chairs, wearing fake gold, talking big on the net. You thought you were royalty, just a peasant in a designer rented coat. Let's clear the room out. Royal disrespect, let's go! Royal disrespect, yeah, we pulling down the crown. Treating your empire like a playground town. Royal disrespect, tell them check the pedigree. You ain't got the bloodline to step to a king like me. No bowing down, yeah, we laughing at the throne. Taking every single asset that you thought you owned. Royal disrespect, yeah, the violation's clear. Your whole little court a doom. Got the 808 sliding like a sports car track, taking everything you got and we never giving back. They talking real heavy on a luxury blog, but I'm a wolf on the block and you a pedigree dog. No facial recognition on the tactical crew. We don't need a formal decision to finish you. Yeah, look at your tiny circle. Royal disrespect. Yeah, we pulling down the crown, treating your empire like a playground town. Royal disrespect. Tell them check the pedigree. You ain't got the bloodline to step to a king like me. No bowing down. Yeah, we laughing at the throne, taking every single asset that you thought you owned. Royal disrespect. Yeah, the violation's clear. Your whole little court is running full of fear. The flow pattern shifts into a jag, mocking staccato. Race status, yeah, we kicking down the gate. No time for the ceremony, we don't negotiate. Got the diamond encrusted fingers throwing up the sign, completely disregarding your imaginary line. They wanted a treaty, they wanted a truce, but I'm pulling a rope and I'm tightening the noose. An absolute takeover, treat me like a joke. Liberty hold down a stint, you in a cloud of smoke. The heavy 808s and drums drop out completely. Only the sarcastic mocking brass looping a slow, echoing hand clap remain. You ain't thought you were untouchable, huh? You really thought that title meant something on the asphalt. Look at you now. No castle, no court, no crown, just a fraud exposed. Bring that heavy bounce back. A massive explosive 808 baseline drops back in hard with a smoking royal disrespect. Yeah, we pulling down the crown, treating your empire like a playground town. Royal disrespect. Tell them check the pedigree. You ain't got the bloodline to step with you like king. No ballin' bit. Yeah, we laughing at the throne, taking every single asset that you thought you owned. Royal disrespect. Yeah, the violation's clear. Your whole little court is running full of fear. The private town has grown fast, then drop out into a slow knocking brass flame. The sound of a heavy metal gate swinging open and scraping the ground. Yeah, court dismissed. The throne is empty now. Royal disrespect. Stay frozen. Sound of a final massive sub-bass thump, followed by a sarcastic laugh. In absolute silence.
A slow, deep, cinematic or string section rises in a minor key. A single heavy church bell echoes once through a vast empty space. The sub-bass begins to pulse slowly, like an ancient machine coming alive.
Yeah, look at the foundation. They built theirs on sand, on internet hype, on temporary trends. But this structure right here, it was written in stone before they even knew the game. You can't claim what's already ordained. Sacred throne, let's go! Sacred throne, yeah, the power is divine. No shipping the borders, we drew the whole line. Sacred throne, see the empire here rise. Unshakable vision right in front of their eyes. No moving the king, no breaking the code. An absolute dynasty locking the road. Sacred throne, yeah, the judgment is clear. Look up at the summit, we the only thing near. Ancient architecture built out of concrete and sweat, collecting every tribute and erasing the debt. All of it. Got the 808 sliding like an avalanche of iron, walking through the Coliseum, sleeping with the lion. And they wanted a debate, wanted a seat at the table, but their backbone is weak and their structure is unstable. No facial recognition when I look down from the peak. The silence is expensive when the royalty speak. Yeah, look at the architecture. Sacred throne, yeah, the power is divine. No sticking the borders, we drew the whole line. Sacred throne, see the empire rise. Unshakable vision right in front of their eyes. No moving the king, no breaking the code. An absolute dynasty locking the road. Sacred throne, yeah, the judgment is clear. shifts into a fast, highly rhythmic, syncopated, triple lick delivery. Yeah, monolithic status. Yeah, the crown is a fixture. You looking at a fraction, I'm the whole big picture. Got the diamond encrusted seals on a decree, financing the shadow world, keeping it worry-free. They try to compromise, try to offer a peace, but a sovereign ruler never settles for release. A circle full of generals, we execute the plan. The ultimate monopoly across the whole land. Hey!
The 808s and drums drop out completely. Only the sweeping, dramatic orchestra string loop and a slow, ticking clock remain.
Go! Calm! Deeply menacing delivery. Woo! They thought the crown was up for grabs. They thought anyone could step up and sit here. But you don't inherit this with money. You inherit this with blood, sweat, and absolute silence. Bow down or get crushed. Break that epic fight. A massive explosive 808 bass slide drops back in hard with the booming orchestra clash. Sacred throne. Yeah, the power is divine. Let's get it. No shaking the borders, we drew the whole line. Sacred throne. See the empire rise. Unshakable vision right in front of their eyes. No moving the king, no breaking the code. An absolute dynasty locking the road. Sacred throne. Yeah, the judgment is clear. Look up at the summit, we the only thing near. Our eternal dominion. The foundation never moves. Sacred throne. Stay frozen.
A dark, detuned horror piano plays a creepy, erratic minor melody. Fast, frantic hi-hats start to skip and glitch all over the stereo field. Sound of an evil, low-pitched chuckle echoing through the dark. Yeah, they love to point fingers.
They love to play the saint until the lights go out. But when the system is broken, who steps up? The bad guy! Stop pretending you hate the shadow! Put the crown where it belongs! Crown the villain, let's go! Jagged screeching bass drop sound effect! Crown the villain, yeah, we taking the blame! No rules in the dark when we run in the game! Crown the villain, tell them bring up the news! Anti-hero rising and we never gonna lose! They wanted a monster, we giving them worse! Turning every blessing straight into a curse! Crown the villain, yeah, the shadow is real! Step into the building just to double down the deal! Go! Blacked out mask with an unholy grin. They call it a crime, man, I call it a win. Got the 808s buzzing like a chainsaw blade, busting through the palace where the phonies were made. They talking real heavy about a moral line, but their pockets look empty while I'm holding a mine. No facial recognition on the rogue outfit. I'm the villain of the story and I'm loving every bit. Yeah, print the mugshot. Crown the villain, yeah, we taking the blame. No rules in the dark when we run in the game. Crown the villain, tell them bring up the news. Anti-hero rising and we never gonna lose. They wanted a monster, we giving them worse. Turning every blessing straight into a curse. Crown the villain, yeah, the shadow is real. Step into the building just to double down the deal. Go! Yeah, rebel mentality breaking the script. No handshakes around here, the anchor is slick. Got the diamond encrusted, stacks on the vest, putting everything winning that hero to test. They wanted a savior to fix up the mess, but I'm taking the monopoly and leaving them less. A circle full of renegades, we rubber belongs in an absolute empire without any flaws. Hey! The heavy 808s and drums drop out completely. Only the creepy detuned horror piano loop and a distant mechanical laugh remain. Low, calm, deeply menacing delivery. You love to paint me as the problem,
But who do you call when the heroes fail? Exactly. So stop the speech, stop the act, and hand over the throne. Bring that heavy chaos back. Massive, chaotic, distorted, 808 bass slide drops back in hard with crashing brass. Crown the villain, yeah, we taking the blame. No rules in the dark when we run in the game. Crown the villain, tell them bring up the news. Anti-hero rising and we never gonna lose. They wanted a monster, we giving them worse. Turning every blessing straight into a curse. Crown the villain, yeah, the shadow is real. Step into the building just to double down the deal. Go! The frantic hi-hats add fast, then drop out into a slow, echoing horror Vieto fade. Yeah, hail to the bad guy. The crown fits perfectly. Crown the villain. Stay frozen.
Sound of a final massive sub-bass thump, followed by immediate, absolute silence.